everyone. This is Kathy Mason from MasonWorks Marketing here on Conscious Business Zone with my new family. It feels like that, doesn't it, you guys?
Got it right, baby.
So we're here today to get you as excited as we are about World Unity Week and our co-creation of Co-Creators Global Village with the four of us. It's our first time trying this, and it's just been a delightful experience. And so wanted to introduce you all to everyone and learn a little bit more about the delightful gifts that each one of these beautiful people are sharing with us next week, the June 18th through the 25th for World Unity Week. So, Tex, do you want to start? Would it be okay to have you start?
Since I'm in minority, I guess I will take this. I will take this opportunity for once. Okay. Thank you, Kathy.
Sure.
And it's great to see you and to have this opportunity to come on your show, Conscious Business, and to be here with Noel Marshall from Co-Creators Convergence and Hasina Patel representing the Convergence Room, Humanity Rising. Humanity as organism thrives, not humanity as organism thrives. But if I may say so, Kathy, I think humanity is rising. And the name of your program, Conscious Business, is very pertinent because I think that beyond business, it's humanity as a whole that is awakening to conscious living. So I'll elaborate eventually. Thank you.
Well, could you tell us a little bit about Deep Time and the organization that, and I will show the website in a little bit so we can show everybody's logos and how we're working together. But could you give the audience a little bit of information about Deep Time Network, please?
Yes. Well, Deep Time, it's as the name suggests, we're going deep in time. Essentially, it's about the origin of the universe. I mean, it goes back to the Big Bang, which, according to physicists, the universe has been evolving now for almost 14 billion years, 13.8 billion to be exact, relatively exact. And Deep Time Network is in the lineage of even initially like Maria Montessori of the Montessori schools, who advocated that children be made aware of the universe being on Earth, and there's the sun, the moon, and all the, so then you have Teilhard de Chardin also, who talks about the noosphere, which is the global consciousness. And then we have Thomas Berry, who's written a lot also about the evolving universe and humankind's interconnection with all of the ecology. And you have also physicist Brian Swaim. And out of all that, Jennifer Morgan was moved to found Deep Time Network a couple of years ago, and she's written some books for children about the evolving universe. And in Deep Time Network, the main program that's being offered is Deep Time Leadership and Personal Empowerment. And it includes a lot of several speakers that essentially helps us get a better awareness of our place in the vastness of the universe, and that we are part of this evolution, that in fact we human beings are the consciousness along with, you can say, the alpha consciousness that started the whole process of evolution.
Beautiful.
So I like the name of your program, but I would advocate that we need to have more conscious living. And to the extent that people become aware of the deep time perspective, which is the overarching fundamental context of our existence on planet Earth, as Carl Sagan says, the pale blue dot in the vastness of the cosmos, we can have we can nurture awe, wonder, and have a sense of humility for our place on this earth, and be moved to collaborate in solidarity for the common good. This is what I think is the key to becoming a bit more aware of the deep time perspective, that we as human beings will live more consciously, in tune with what would be our calling at this stage, where we see so many existential problems, be it in terms of environment, climate, in terms of inequity on the planet, in terms of lack of peace. So, yeah, there's hope there. Thank you.
That's perfect. That's exactly. Thank you, Tex. That's exactly why I have this show. Is I think business is a catalyst for this change, and one of the ways to turn the boat around. So, so that's why I started this endeavor 3 years ago. So let's see who wants to be for next. I guess Hasina, and then Noelle. Is that okay? We'll do Hasina next.
Oh, well, thank you, Kathy, and it's great to be on the show exploring collaboration. And I feel this is something that the world so needs, where people can't see all of us collaborating. So this opportunity at World Unity Week, where we get to be together and explore, we're all different, we have different perspectives. How can we find our commonalities and take our world forward? So this is a part of what we started with Dr. Tom Acklin and I, with our Humanity as Organism Thrives. And Dr. Tom's quote, humanity as organism thrives where we are connected, we are well. And that's so powerful. When we look at what we can do, humanity as an organism, as a collective, it always seems so big. How do we look at peace in the whole world, unity in the whole world? And we're thinking that this must take years. And is that even a possibility? So just going back to the beginning, and I think our collaboration here with Chaos and Order, Deep Time Perspective, and with co-creators Convergence and Kathy Mason Works. I hope I'm saying that correctly. But all of our collaboration is a microcosm of what can actually happen in the world. So where does it begin? It begins at cellular level when we go to ourselves as individuals, building a relationship with self. It starts with building a relationship within the cells of our body. Like, how are we communicating with ourselves? And then we go outward to the whole mind, body, spirit. Again, building this relationship with self. And to me, that is the greatest act of leadership that you can ever undertake. Because when you're in the energy space, where you're in alignment with your deepest truth and coming from self, then you can take that out to the world. And if all of us do that, just that act, we have world peace and unity. We have collaboration just like we're doing now. And that's what Tom and I want to bring through our collaboration at this World Unity Week. How can we make it small enough for those bite-sized pieces, those steps as we go forward? And what ripple effect can it have on our world? And we're exploring that.
So could you share, Hasina, where you're sitting right now? What country in the world?
Yeah, I'm in South Africa. So all of you in the Northern Hemisphere, and here's me in the Southern Hemisphere. The connection is so awesome, how technology can be so constructive for unity and collaboration.
Yes, isn't that wonderful? And I forgot to say that Tex is in Quebec. He's in Canada. So we have our own little international group right here. And Hasina, what I would like to say too is that what we're seeing is that we're seeing how we can make a difference. And what you said, the overwhelming issues that are facing society right now, we're in this huge tidal wave of change. But we all know that most of the systems need to be changed. We know that they all need to be more compassionate and more equitable. And so to be a part of this and to see how we all collaborate and come up with something that is quite remarkable in a short amount of time is wonderful. So I wanted to next invite and introduce Noelle, although she doesn't need much introduction as far as I'm concerned. Noelle is one of my favorite people in the world. So here, Noelle, I'll put you on the screen.
Well, thank you, Kathy. And the feeling is mutual. We're the Mutual Admiration Society. And one of the reasons that is because we've been together for quite a while. We met through Barbara Marx Hubbard, and that is, she was actually the godmother of the Co-Creators Convergence. We met Barbara Marx Hubbard in 2012. We helped her with her Birth 2012 initiative, where she declared that December 22nd, 2012 was going to be day one of the new humanity. And if you remember, everyone was kind of wrapped up in this December, 21st, what's going to happen? And Barbara said, we're going to just claim it. And the next day, which happened to be her 83rd birthday, we had a giant celebration, international, all over the world. And we met you through Barbara Marx Hubbard. Mm-hmm. And the history of the Co-Creators Convergence, just briefly, is that we had Barbara Marx Hubbard was getting the Spiritual Leadership Award in 2013 from Humanities Team. And because my husband, Bob Warner, and I had traveled all over the United States telling people about Birth 2012, the real event, day one of New Humanity, they invited us to put together a gathering at Sunrise Ranch in Loveland, Colorado, where Barbara Marx Hubbard would receive her award, and it would be awarded by Neil Donald Walsh. Well, that was an opportunity we couldn't miss up. So a lot of students came from, again, around the world. We met at Sunrise Ranch, and we had our first Co-Creators Convergence. And that was so fantastic. We said, we got to keep doing this. So we've done it every year for 8 years. And of course, COVID shut us down for 2020. We did have something in 2021. But, I think what we're doing here right now, our four organizations together, is we're having a convergence online. And it's we call it a little village inside of World Unity Week. And a little history of World Unity Week. This is the third year of World Unity Week, and headed by Ben Bowler and Becky Susick and John Raymer, and they are part of Unity Earth. So Unity Earth, Purpose Earth, put their heads together, birth the World Unity Week, and then we're a little village inside of World Unity Week. So if you go to worldunityweek.org, you'll see a lot of the rooms, but we decided that we wanted to be together, and it's been a real experiment in co-creating because we each bring different aspects. And you said, well, what is a co-creators conversion? Because I myself don't get on the platform and talk. Bob and I are connectors. I'm one of 15 children. So I say I was born in community. So I always like to recreate community. So we're doing a little experiment in creating community here. And everyone who comes to the Co-Creators Convergence, our particular subgroup in the village is called Gifts of the Magi, because we recognize all of us as spirit and has a gift to give to humanity. Our gift is providing a platform for people to share their gifts. So in our room, the Gifts of the Magi, we're going to open up with meditations live from Jerusalem, from the United Kingdom, and we're going to have people of all different kinds. We're going to have trans mediums, we're going to have teachers, just everyone else that brings their gifts and needs a platform to share that, because that's what we need to do, is to recognize the magi in each of us. And I can add on the letter C and say the magic in each of us. So that's what we're doing. This is kind of an experiment because the last 2 years are pretty much.
Sorry. I apologize. Wait, I apologize. Sorry.
I thought there was a little cane that was taking.
No, I apologize. I was trying to upload my video with your video. I apologize so much.
Don't worry about it, Kathy.
Sorry. Okay, back.
Okay. So anyway, the previous 2 years, we did it all ourselves, 80 hours of broadcast. This year's going to be really different because each one of us is going to share up to 16 hours of programming. So we're going to be sharing our guests as well as our time. And it's going to be really different for Bob and I this year because June 18th is when World Unity Week starts. Well, we're going to be on a bus to DC going to the Poor People's Campaign from Northeast Tennessee to DC to bring awareness to the inequities, low wages, healthcare, the needs of people. If we want to have peace, we have to treat people. We have to give them a humane environment to live in. So we are probably going to be that first day broadcasting from Washington, D.C. And then once we recover, we will start with the rest of the group here. We have 4 days of programming that's interweaved with World Unity Week. So I think I've hogged a lot of time here, Kathy. So I did make a short 2-minute video. Kathy, you can play that at any time you want, that just tells you about some of the guests that we're bringing.
Okay.
Well,
Why don't we, well, first of all, I wanted to say that I have been part of Co-Creators Convergence for 8 years, and love the group, and love the magical people that were involved with Barbara Marks Hubbard and with Noelle and Bob. And Noelle and Bob actually went all over the U.S. They went to 49 states, 50 states. Is that right? 50 states?
We went to all. We took our RV to all the ones except for Hawaii and Alaska, but we hit them all, and Canada as well, and Mexico. So yeah, we did 24,000 miles in 5.5 months and did about 100 presentations.
Well, the reason I wanted to bring that up is that along the way, they met people at Unity churches and at spiritual centers all over the U.S. that wanted to play, that recognized the light that they were offering. And that's what Co-Creators Convergence is. We've had people come from Australia for it, from I don't know if Finland or if it was Finland,
Italy,
France, yeah,
Mexico,
yeah. So and all different ages. So and I can tell you from the first time I was there, Because it's hard to market a event like Co-Creators Convergence, I was asked to videotape testimonials, and there was so much light like Reiki kind of light coming off of people. I had to turn off the overhead lights to videotape them. So it's Christed energy. It's wonderful. So that's one thing. Then for World Unity Week, this is my third year working with Noelle and Bob, with them being the platform for us to do World Unity Week. And just this year, as well as last year, as the year before, these incredible beings have been so generous with their time and their knowledge to share their insights, because really, truly, the best ideas come from the people. And there's lots of people that already have figured out what to do for government reform, education reform, changing the sciences. And so what we've done, this group of 4 of us have brought some of the best knowledge that is available out there, and it's sort of a content curation. So you don't have to go read 100 books, but you could find these authors and get the gist of what they're suggesting and then learn from them. And I know that everyone that I'm working with, and I've got a little video, and Noelle has a little video, and we want to show you the website where you should sign up for finding out more information about this. This is an exciting time. We can transfer that fear of change to proactivity. And that's what we're showing you here. I knew Noelle really well, but I just sort of saw text on Zoom calls before, and I didn't know Hasina at all. And now we have a mutual admiration society. At least I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah, I'd like to tag on something you said about light, about you having to dim the overhead lights on your filming because people were radiating so much light. Now, we are beings of light.
Yes.
We nourish by light that's transformed by plants and animals. Beyond that, there's the Kassel University in Germany that has done a controlled experiment of when someone is in intentional meditation, heart-centered meditation for love, like focusing, for example, for healing of a person or even a pet, like they've been able to measure that out of the chest area of the person, there's an increase in photons of light. Yes. So they've been able to measure that. The organization right now is called I Am Heart. So definitely we emit light. Not only are we nourished by light, by the sunlight, but we emit light. So I like what you said. I also like to add that, this is really, we talk about unity for peace. But for us to get to unity, we have to be in communion or in communication and develop this sort of union, which is what is happening here in this collaboration in Co-Creators Global Village, and what Noelle and Bob have been doing for years now in Co-Creators Convergence. So that we nurture this communication, this coming together in union with a common intent, and we do that mindfully to try and cultivate and nurture collaboration. This is what will bring the humankind to the level of highest culture that has ever existed maybe on the planet. And we can do that now with the technology that we have. Théâtre Desjardins back in the early 20th century foresaw the noosphere, which is the global consciousness. We are actually now in a manifestation of the global consciousness with the way we are interacting. Like, I am originally from the Seychelles Islands in the Indian Ocean, and I communicate with people in Seychelles regularly. My mother and brothers are in Australia. I have a sister in New Zealand, another sister in England. So the world is really becoming very much this global consciousness awakening. Now we have to really become, not only should we be aware, but we have to activate our consciousness that we really live consciously and respond accordingly. So there again, I believe there is hope in humankind, and I'm grateful for the collaboration with Noel and Bob at Co-Creators Convergence. That's been going on for over a year now. And Hasina, I met through World Unity Week last year. And of course, I've been coming across Kathy Mason at Co-Creators Convergence, and also watching her weekly programs like we on now. So thank you, everyone. You're really an inspiration and nurture much hope for humankind.
Thank you, Tex. Thank you. That really helped to give a different perspective. Also, your human family, your personal human family, is all over the world, and that's really what we're seeing. Is this time during the shutdown allowed us to find our other family through technology. It was just this perfect synchronicity that Zoom stepped up its game so it could work so well in these kind of platforms. So, Hasina, do you have anything else you would like to add?
Well, I've been listening to the whole conversation here, and I think that it's been said so powerfully about how we can come together and just be able to collaborate. You know, the other day, Tom and I were having a conversation with someone else, and it was a three-way Zoom call, and it became very clear that there were different opinions, you know, and at one point, I remember saying to the person on the call, "But isn't this a great thing? Because this is like our world. We all have these different opinions, and we coming from the heart, coming from different perspectives. We don't always agree with each other, and isn't that the conversation that we need to have, as uncomfortable as it may be?" And in the moment, we may respond in different ways, but part of coming together in unity is just taking a step back and say, okay, so what is my next step forward? How can I be a better version of me in that moment? And how will that add to the collaboration? You know, just being oneself and bringing that. And I think that is so important, that it takes all of us. All of us have a place at the table. All of us have this individuality to contribute. That's our strength. And just our collective strength is in the diversity.
Exactly. That's where inspiration comes, is the commingling of ideas. Yes, Noel?
Well, I want to jump in here just thinking of our teacher, dear teacher, Barbara Marx Hubbard. And I see us as the immune system on the planet right now, because what we're trying to do is not look at what's wrong, but we're trying to just lift up what is great and what's going to take us to the next level. And that's what I think is when we all bring our gifts of shining our light. Yeah, I always tell people I'm just condensed light. With the personality, ignore the personality for the light. But so Barbara just described us as the immune system, and people say, well, how do you keep doing this? Because we've been arrested a couple times doing demonstrating for the environment, for democracy, and now for Poor People's Campaign. So Bob and we love to be, through the digital airwaves, but we also like to have our feet on the ground and involved with our community and elsewhere. So we're really looking forward to our trip. So please bless our travelers up to DC and back. We're going to leave at midnight, 12:30 in the morning on Saturday, and get back at 11:30 at night Saturday. So we're going to have a 23-hour day going up to DC to be part of the Poor People's Campaign with Reverend William Barber. So the other thing is, people say, well, how do you do that? It's all this stuff and everything's so negative. And I said, Barbara always said, our crisis is a birth, and there will be breakdown before there's a breakthrough. Mm-hmm. So I just say we have to, it's so wonderful that, and I'm gonna change a word. I don't really like the word collaborate, because like businesses could collaborate to make hamburgers faster. But what we're really doing is co-creating something new. Something new comes out of what we're doing. So I like to use to synergize or to co-create. And I just love that, the four of us got together and boom, in 10 days, all this has been done together. How exciting. Yes. So keep your eye on the prize. We're going to break through all of this, people, together.
What I'd love to do, if I can, is now share the screen. So share the website, so we can show everybody where to go. Here it is. Share the website. And Hasina, I don't know if you want to speak to the website or.
Okay, I'll be fine. So this is our synergized co-creation. Noelle, I'm going to take your words because I do believe they are great words. And this is our co-creation, co-creators global village. Four of us organize our organizations. This is Noelle and Bob, co-creators Convergence. Deep Time Network, Tex was speaking about that. And Kathy from Mason Works, and Tom Acklin and I, Humanity as Organism Thrives. So this is the collaboration, the co-creation. And World Unity Week, we have some amazing speakers. So we have these different convergence rooms. Each one has a theme. As you can see, Gifts of the Magi, Chaos and Order, Deep Time Perspective, Mason Works, Love is the Way, and Humanity as Organism Thrives. And we have a collection of amazing presenters bringing leading edge ideas to the table. I think that it's such a wonderful array of different ideas. And this is a time where we need to step forward in personal growth. Not that we need to, we get to step forward in personal growth. So these are some of the speakers in our convergence room from the 18th to the 25th of June. So please just register here, and you will be able to have access to the Zoom link. You will receive an email with a Zoom link, and even with a schedule closer to the time. So you'll be able to see what you resonate with and be able to attend that. And I'm really excited about all these amazing people.
Yes. And the website.
There's still more to add. I'll tell you that. There's still more to add.
The website's name is peaceofcreation.com. I've put it in the comments, and I also have put it on the banner. So I want to make sure there is a site for the whole organization, the World Unity Week, and we'll share that as well. But we would love if you would go to this page, peaceofcreation.com, and sign up here so that we could share all of this amazing information with you. Okay, so let's see what what I'm excited about, honestly, is not only that we put this together, but that the way that we have similar values. And that's one of the things that's been beautiful about World Unity Week. There's been some Zoom calls. If you all are interested, it's quite inspiring. There's been some calls which there's 200 people on a call, or over 100 for sure. And the energy of these people, they all are working towards the light. A lot of them have done self work and do that as a living. So it's quite dynamic and energetic and inspiring, as far as I can say. Does anyone else want to speak to the World Unity group?
Right. Well, the calls that you've been every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and Ben Bowler of Unity Earth typically hosts those. He's in Australia, and everyone is invited to it. We have there's from 20 to 250 people that show up, and most of them represent an organization. So I have brought people there who have found, oh, this is just a person I needed to meet to get my screenplay. Oh, that's the person I needed to meet to get this music for my meditation series. Oh, that's a person. So there's a lot of, we get to share our gifts there every week, every Wednesday. And you'll find more about that going to unity.earth, https/ going whatever it is, unity.earth, and that's Ben Bowler, and that's every Wednesday at 6 p.m. You can find out the Zoom link there, and then he is also the one that is co-creating. I mean, World Unity Week is just like one giant co-creation, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, there's probably going to be, I don't know, I think last year there were over 200 different rooms.
Yes.
And that's why we're kind of sharing, so that, like last time, Kathy and I did like 80-hour broadcasts. We didn't get to see anything else. So this year, each of us is doing anywhere from 8 to 16 hours, so that we have time to go and see the other gifts. One thing I want to mention is that we will be showing a premiere of a movie Thursday night by Jennifer Kaufman. And she has a very interesting story, came from a business background. And then, if you remember the bombing at the Boston Marathon, she was injured. Actually, the young lady next to her died. And so she had a lot of survivor's guilt. And she had this little voice that said to her, alternative healing. And she never heard it before, but she followed that inner voice, and she's produced a wonderful movie documentary of her struggle and how that relates to others, how they can. So, we're all over the board in the gifts that we're bringing. And so that's going to be in our room. So we're all sharing the same Zoom link.
Right.
And so we'll be tossing it off to each other. And that is going to be Friday night from 8 until 10. So, but Kathy, you have a lot of, okay, are we going to show our promo videos?
Yes, we are. But
I'm not pushing.
I want to really make sure that people see the benefit of this. The opportunity for you is to come and hear maybe a speaker on Deep Time, and then find out that the person right afterwards is somebody you would have never known about, that has a gift that's just for you. So this collaboration has given us this opportunity to create a much more diverse and better edutainment, entertaining, and educational presentations that could be just the thing that could be what you've been looking for. And you would have never found. I think the divine works in mysterious ways. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I'm hoping, is that even if you come for just one, that you'll make time in your calendar and in your schedule to stay for more than one, because I I am so excited about all of these people. So do you want to show yours now?
Yes, mine is, it's less than 2 minutes, and
Okay,
it's going to feature some of our
there we
just
go.
relax, take it in. Efrat will be coming to us from Jerusalem. So that was the meditation part of our program. But that's just a sample of, Tex and Hasina and Kathy have just as many wonderful, wonderful guests that they're bringing to our little village, the Co-Creators Global Village. We just love that name.
Yes.
And if I may complement what Noel just said and presented, I want to compliment, but I would also like to compliment her on all the great work she's been doing over the years. In fact, by becoming a bit immersed in co-creators convergence with Noel and Bob, I have come to see myself a bit as a apprentice of co-creative presencing. And with the Deep Time perspective, I've been in the Deep Time Leadership and Personal Empowerment course since last September. I should be certificated tomorrow, actually. There's the last session of the session.
Yay!
Now, I'd like to invite people to attend to come and see some of the speakers. We Deep Time speakers will be on Wednesday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Wednesday, 22nd June. And we will start off with Jennifer Morgan, who's an author. Her books have been receiving awards. The first one is Born with a Bang. Anyway, and then we have also Samit Kanwal, a PhD physicist. He can explain a bit more pre-Big Bang. So what was behind before Big Bang, and that's from the physicists and from the most up-to-date information. We know that there's the James Webb telescope that's gone up in space recently. We're supposed to be getting some more up-to-date about the evolving universe and the cosmos and all that. And on Friday, we start at 10 a.m. To 2 p.m., Friday 24th. And we will have some other speakers, including the close with Stephen Martin, who is the principal teacher of the Deep Time Leadership and Personal Empowerment course. So we'll be told there's a new program starting in September 2022, and that will run over the 9 months until next year. So I invite you to come and learn a bit more about the Deep Time perspective. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I do want to learn more about it.
Kathy, can I jump in here just real quick?
Of course.
When people will register at pieceofcreation.com, you will get the complete schedule. We're still building that, but you will get so that's why we're asking people to register, so we can send you the link again, and then also give you the complete list of our schedule. And there are also plenary sessions that World Unity Week has that we will not be doing any presentations to conflict with their plenaries. So they're having them twice a day throughout the week. And so I just wanted to jump in there and say that's one of the reasons we're asking people to register, so you can get our schedule. Because yeah, I'm really excited about the other speakers who are coming too. So I'll zip it.
Well, I have a little video too that's like a less than 2 minutes long. It doesn't give you a chance to read each slide that I made too, to share about some of the speakers that I collected, that I have to tell you, I could have kept going, but I didn't have time between work and my other responsibilities. But oh my gosh, everyone wants to play. Everyone knows this is the time that we all came here for. That is a chance to really leave a different world, to create heaven on earth, to be in a compassionate relationship with the earth and all sentient beings. So so I don't know, is it okay if I show mine real quick? It will be 2 minutes maybe.
Oh yeah, it's zippity doo dah. It's got high energy. Stay tuned. Come on.
So here we go.
Excellent, Kathy. Excellent.
Okay, remove. Well, the idea was each one of us picked a different theme for our rooms, and we kind of glossed over that. But Mason Works picked Love is the Way. So all of the people that are on that video, there's 12 or 13 of them, are all featuring a different aspect of their expertise and showing how love is part of their gifts. So I know it's going to be inspiring. And again, we could have probably gotten twice as many people between Noel and I'm sure between all of us, to speak, because everyone said, yep, I'm in. What do you want me to do? And that's exciting times that we're in. People know, and they know it's not only that it's the energy is right, they know being in group, in community is right. So, and anyone else want to share?
Really? Because I feel like I've talked a lot. Hasina, do you want to tell us a few about some of your featured guests? They're all featured, but just to give us a little morsel. How about that?
Well, that sounds great. So in Humanity as Organism Thrives, Tom and I have such a collection of different guests that bring different facets to the table, such as Dr. Darren Wiseman, who's a Hay House author, founder of the Lifeline Center, Jonathan and Andy Goldman, who are also world-renowned sound healers. We have quite a few guests. My goodness, there's such an array, and I can't think of just every single thing that these individuals do, but it's all in the spirit of co-creation. It's all in the spirit of how can I get better? so yes, we have Kim Conrad, who is going to speak about the whole energy of the words we use and the charge behind that. We have Nefeli Sarturo, who's going to be speaking about. She's an amazing life coach, and she's going to be featuring some of her work and how people can benefit from just using her system. So there are so many wonderful people. And of course, Dr. Tom Ackland, he's a regenerative neurologist and functional medicine doctor. And he is going to speak as the relationship, he's going to speak to the relationship between you and your cells, food as an act of leadership, food as medicine, and how can we come from that space to create a better world because we feel better. And if anyone's attended his Zooms, it's amazing. And I am going to be speaking about my Truth Walker work, which I'm introducing right now. So I'm excited about everyone coming together and sharing in this. I don't think I'll get much sleep, but that's okay. I'll sleep the week after.
Yeah.
We understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I want to give a shameless plug.
Okay.
Co-creatorsconvergence.com. Every Thursday night, we have a guest at 8 p.m. Eastern for 90 minutes. And that's how we reeled Tex in. Of course, Kathy's been with us I've considered her the co-founder of Co-Creators Convergence. She always brings us wonderful guests. But then Tex said, that's too late for my friends in South Africa and Europe. And I didn't know we had family all over the globe. So he said, why don't you start one on Saturday at noon? So we did. So we went from doing, because of COVID, we went from doing one call a month to every Thursday. And then we added the first Saturday at noon Eastern. So that's my shameless plug, co-creatorsconvergence.com. Everything's recorded in our archives. We have 8 years of fabulous talk. So that's why it's so easy to say, Kathy says, oh, we have so many people going, yeah. So anyway, thanks, Kathy.
Quite right. Co-creators convergence is where co-creators converge for the new earth that's materializing. Now, in this dynamic of converging and synergizing, one speaker will be having in Chaos and Order, Deep Time Perspective is Marianne Rowe, and she'll be on Friday, last hour of the room. Last hour will be 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern, Friday 24th. And she talks about emergent dialogue. Now, emergent dialogue, it's the practice of how do we come together and facilitate that a new coherence emerges as we dialogue. So that, and coupled with another practice that's called trustee leadership, I think holds a lot of potential to help us who are in this dynamic of co-creating to hone our skills so that we can effectively, bring about this new earth that Eckhart Tolle talks about. Thank you.
Right. That's right. Well, we're hoping that everyone that comes to peaceofcreation.com will sign up. And as Noelle said, we'll be sending you the schedule right after you sign up, or pretty soon after. What we want you to do, if you can, is to share this on social media sites or to your email list so that other people can benefit. We're talking about the opportunity to open your minds wide open to new concepts and new ideas that really could be the pivotal part of our new humanity, because we stood in line to get these bodies to be here right now at one of the biggest changes probably in the universe, or maybe starting here and going out to the universe. Who knows how that all works? But these incredible gifted speakers could have just the recipe that you need to help you go through these times, because we have to do all the inner work. All the inner work is what's showing up right now, because we're manifesting our outer world from this inner. So I am very, very excited to be a part of this powerful group, and the synergy's been wonderful. I want to learn more about Deep Time Network. I want to learn more about humanity as organism thrives. And of course, I'm always with Noelle. So yeah. Is there anything else that anyone else would like? We have just a few more minutes. Is there anything that anyone else would like to share?
Well, I'd like to wish Noel and Bob, who are participating in this march to Washington, with Reverend William Barber, to bring awareness to the plight of too many poor people and in the world, and especially in the US of A, that could be more exemplary to the rest of the world. So I'd like to wish them all the best, and that all those converging onto Washington really make a difference. We know that there's been other marches onto Washington in the past that has made a difference, but this one should be a threshold march to a more equitable world. Thank you.
Thank you, Tex. I really feel that, and that's just wonderful. And if you want to know more about it, poorpeoplescampaign.org, poorpeoplescampaign.org.
Yes.
This was work that was started by Martin Luther King, and he was going to be doing the original, but he came to Tennessee and was assassinated in April. So the first Poor People's Campaign still went on with Reverend Abernathy on the Washington Mall. 3,000 people came, and they stayed for 3 weeks.
Wow.
And it's been going on ever since. And this gathering was supposed to have happened 2 years ago, but of course we know everything got shut down because of COVID. So it's very significant. I'm really excited that Ben and World Unity Week recognize that and are trying to work with us to get some broadcasts from there as part of World Unity Week. Greatest inequity in the history of our country.
Yeah.
So thank you. And Kathy, I'm going to lose my mind because I'm trying to go everything from my heart.
Well,
I lost my mind, girl.
I think it's time to connect the two, isn't it?
There you go.
That's the recipe.
Even soulfully connect soulfully.
Yes.
And if I may say one last thing, Ben Bowler's father, Jim Bowler, is actually a climate scientist. And Jim Bowler, back in the 60s, 1960s, came across remains of in the desert in Australia, and these remains were dated to be like 42,000 years old. And these people back then had been buried ceremonially. So because there's different things, that came along with those remains. So this really connects us back deep in time. So Unity Earth, World Unity Week, has a connection for humankind that really goes back in time. Thank you.
Yes, perfect.
Kathy, thank you so much.
Sure.
We all have our different gifts, and yours is just, you've got this conscious business on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 Mountain Time, and on Facebook, and then she puts it on her YouTube. So, I've met so many wonderful people through you. And so thank you for sharing your gift of your digital gifts as well as your heart mind gifts.
Thank you. Yes, well, this is a time we're more powerful than we know, and this is the time to step up into that power. And all of these beautiful people here are bringing their gifts and their network together of specialists so that you can elevate and grow. So please take advantage of this wonderful opportunity. Please go to the website and a pieceofcreation.com and sign up. I've put it in the comments. I'll put it again. And please let other people know. We really we want to really make a difference, and that's why we're all together. Thank you all.
Thank you.
May peace prevail on earth.
Yes, may
Thank
peace
you.
prevail on earth. That gave me chills.
Thank you.
Love you all.
Love you. Bye bye. Thank you
Bye-bye.
so
Yeah.
much.